Kyle, the longer this thing plays out with Brandon, do you have to do anything in camp to kind of adjust to the possibility or likelihood that he won't be with the team?
I think, like I said at the beginning of camp, like, I kind of planned for everything, not knowing it could go any direction. So we've been doing the same stuff. If that continues, we'll keep doing what we planned on. And, the hardest thing is just not as much wideouts out there. So we got to make sure we get through that with some injuries and stuff. But no, nothing's changed right now.
Do you expect or need this to be resolved pretty soon?
No. I mean, you always want it to be badly, but this stuff does take time. And every day I hope it gets resolved. But I have no timetable on it. Didn't surprise me coming into this. Going about coaching our team, getting ready for week 1, and hopefully it'll get resolved sooner or later.
Is he here today?
Yes.
Doing the normal stuff, the meetings.
Yeah.
Is there a scenario where you do a long-term deal with him?
There's a scenario for everything, so I don't want to rule anything out.
Would this team be better if you traded right now? You see a scenario where you're better because of that?
I mean, Brandon's a great player, so it's real hard to be better when you lose a great player. So we got to look at anything. We got to understand the situation we're in, what that looks like, and that does take time. So hopefully it'll all work out best for him and best for us in the long run.
He has the permission to talk to other teams, is that correct?
Yes.
Is there a disappointment it's reached this point? I know it could be resolved.
I mean, it's been at this point for a little bit, so it's nothing really new to me. I mean, you're always disappointed when you can't keep hold of all your players or it's not going exactly right. And I don't think it was anybody, so that's why I'm hoping it does work out here. But right now, we don't have that solved yet, so I hope it does.
Is the offer you guys made in May a final offer, or is there a chance you
I'm not getting any specifics with offers, contracts, trades, anything like that, but what I can tell you guys is nothing has changed. A lot was out yesterday and stuff, but from the situation that we're in with Brandon, nothing's changed.
Kyle, if a veteran receiver walked off the street into this offense, how long would it take that player to get up to speed and be ready to roll?
2.5 days. Because it depends who it is, it depends the situation, experience of the offense, where he's at in his career. So, I know absolutely for you.
Well, Bose's deal took a while last year, obviously, all the way through. But why is this one different?
I'm not going to get into that. Each one's different. And I'm not going to compare Bose's to Brandon's.
What's your current comfortability level with the wide receivers that you have? Obviously, Nevo's there, you have Jennings there and stuff, but with the younger guys, where's your comfortability level with them right now?
I love the guys that we have in the building. I love the vets that we've had here that have played at a high level. I love the new ones we brought in for competition, and I love the young guys. They have been banged up, trying to get healthy, battle on the shoulder, battle on the hamstring. But when they're out there, they're getting better. And I hope that they can get healthy, continue to stay healthy so they can get the time in that they need to be ready. I know they will be if they get that time in, but that's the risky and hard thing about football. Football's a tough thing to practice, tough thing to get prepared for, and you got to do that at a very high level. And you hope they have no setbacks as they go along, and if they don't, I feel very good about the guys because they got what it takes.
From a coach's perspective, is it potentially detrimental to the team to keep Aiyuk here if he's unhappy and doesn't have an extension?
I mean, everything can be. I mean, totally. We're trying to figure out what the situations are. They're always moving. I don't know what the best one will be. But yeah, there's pluses and minuses to every situation.
Does Brandon talk to you a lot about this, or are you keeping that separate?
No, I think we did at the beginning, but we haven't been talking about it much with each other. Most of that goes through his agent and John.
What's Christian McCaffrey's status right now?
Christian has a calf strain. Did a couple days ago. It's all right. He didn't pull it or anything, but you guys probably won't see it this preseason.
You guys brought in Matt Breida, and we haven't seen Elijah Mitchell lately. What's Mitchell's status?
Elijah has the strained hamstring too. Didn't pull it, but we're gonna be safe with him. So he's gonna miss probably a week or so. So we had to bring Matt in, which was awesome to have Matt available. We need some numbers out there and to be able to get a legit player who's had a hell of a career, who's been here before too. Felt pretty fortunate.
How long do you expect Christian to?
Trent Williams at all, and do you know what he's doing right now?
I don't know what he's doing. I believe he's in Houston. That's where he lives in off season. But confident Trent's working out, getting ready and stuff, and hopefully that'll be resolved as fast as possible too.
How long do you expect Christian to miss practice?
What's that?
How long do you expect Christian to be out of practice?
Probably a couple weeks.
Okay.
Would Aiyuk go with the team to Irvine next week if nothing changes?
I'm not sure. I need to discuss it.
Pearsall get hurt though?
Yeah, he tweaked his shoulder, something that he did in OTAs. I don't know if it's too serious, but that's why we moved him halfway through practice.
How important are role players on a team like Jalen Moore? It seems like he's in a tough position where obviously True is ahead of him, but you're able to run your offense when he's in the game. So how important are those type of players?
Role players are huge on our team and in every team because, I mean, it's always next man up, and you can lose a guy at any time. And if you don't have a guy who can come in and do that job, that's an important position. I mean, they can take the whole team down. So it's not just with Jalen, but guys who back up George, guys who back up the wideouts, a quarterback. You guys have seen it over the years. Keep your fingers crossed, but you're always going to lose some real good players, and usually your season depends on how good those backups are.
Jordan Mason was telling us that when he first came in, he didn't connect right away with Bobby Turner, and that he didn't really know. He found out later he didn't really know how to be a pro. But is that unusual for an undrafted free agent to come in and not connect? But you guys still see enough in him to hang on to him?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's relationships with everyone, whether you're young or older, or it takes time to get to know people and really what makes them tick. And Bobby's going to be Bobby regardless. He has a coaching style to himself, and that is very successful. He has a standard, and he demands a lot out of people. And sometimes I don't know if that comes off always the right way to every single person. But I think when you're consistent each day and people realize you're a good coach, you eventually don't care about that style. You just respect that they're making you better each day and challenge you in that way. To hopefully you look at it as that'll help your career. And sometimes, especially in your history, how people coach you maybe in high school or college or before, sometimes that can shock some guys. But usually, the guy, once he realizes that this person's real and why he's doing it, usually it's not a problem. And JP's been great.
Rookie, if he were to be unavailable for week 1, regardless of the situation, how comfortable would you feel with Ricky potentially slotting in for him in the start of the season?
Feel comfortable with whoever it is. I mean, that's just this issue as a coach. You always, there's times like I think I even missed a game last year, and we had to do that. So it's something you're always prepared for. He could also be with us, and everything could be great, and he could get hurt, like it's happened plenty of times. We lost a running back on a walkthrough. We practiced before our first game a few years ago with Jeff McKinnon, and didn't have him for the whole year. So we had a quarterback who tore his ACL in week 3 1 year. So that's stuff that you're always used to.
Kyle, a couple more.
Have you mapped out how much you want the starters to play in the first preseason game and maybe what the quarterback rotation is going to be?
Yeah, I talked about it with our staff yesterday when the players were off, but I haven't told any of the players yet. So I'm not going to say exactly here, but we don't plan on many of the starters to play. I know some guys will have to, but for the most part, starters shouldn't be in much.
Kyle, tomorrow's Dwight Clark Day. Just curious of maybe your first interaction or a fun story you have with Dwight over the years.
I just always remember Dwight at all the camps up in Rockland when I was in middle school running around, and I didn't realize how good of a player he was at that time because I was too young, and just thought he was one of the coolest guys in the world, just walking around like he was the man, like where everyone just respected him. I was like, why is that guy so special? And I remember my mom crushing me for not knowing what the catch was. When I was in 6th grade, I didn't grow up here and didn't totally know from, I think I was 2 or 1.5 at the time, so she should have been softer on me, but she wasn't. And she made me feel stupid, and now I get why. It's one of the best plays out there.
Now that you're experiencing a hold-in for the first time, do you have any thoughts on whether you prefer that to a hold-out?
No. I mean, it's nice not finding guys, So but I mean, there's not much of a difference.
Kyle,
I just wanted to ask
He has knee irritation. We're taking it easy on him, having him not run here for a little bit, and we'll have to figure out something for the game.
As a coach, obviously I assume the coach is great about you, is on the field and taking care of contractually. Obviously, I know you ignore the financial part of it, but I don't know, how frustrating is it, because I think, like you said, you're a better team if he's here, so you probably don't want him to not be there. What's the frustration on one of your emotions as you've gone through this?
Calculated and prepared. You want everybody out there. You're frustrated guys are hurt and can't get out there. All you want to do is practice and get ready for a tough season that's ahead. But you also truly understand the business side of our league and what these guys do and put themselves through and what they have to go through. in these deals. So whether it's a hold in or whether it's a hold out, I mean, this stuff is pretty common, and you just gotta be patient with it as a coach.
All right, guys, appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks.
Thanks, Doug.
Obviously, Aiyuk is the conversation right now. Having gone through a lot of this